Now, you first state that there were always three main philosophical positions with respect to the existence of God: theism, atheism, and agnosticism. First of all, you seem to be talking about beliefs with respect to the existence of God rather than philosophical positions. So for the sake of staying on topic, I'm going to exclude agnosticism since it deals with belief about what we can know rather than belief in God. You go on to say that if you were to accept all the postulates of any particular worldview, all the main concepts in that belief would be logically consistent with each other. This is not necessarily true, since you can have a worldview with many different beliefs in it that are not logically consistent with each other. In fact, you could have a worldview where logic isn't even acknowledged. The first example that comes to mind is that you could believe in an all-powerful, all-living God that would allow you to be tortured forever. It is also very important to point out that atheism is not a worldview. It is a rejection of the worldview that there is an all-loving, all-powerful deity governing the universe. You state that the definitive difference between an atheist and a theist is that theists believe in an objective morality, whereas atheists do not. But this is not true, since there are atheists who do believe in objective morality, such as Buddhists, or people who subscribe to Ayn Rand's philosophy of objectivism. I'm also kind of unsure what you mean by objective morality. I assume that you are not referring to the type of morality which is external to all minds, since God would not be able to provide any morality by this definition, unless God was not a thinking agent, unless God had no mind. Instead, I think you are referring to the type of morality which is intended to accomplish or attain a goal or a purpose. And if I'm correct and that's really the case, then atheists can have an objective morality just as much as a theist can. All an atheist needs is an intended goal or purpose. By the end of this video, I was very disappointed to find that there wasn't even an attempt to prove God's existence. Where is the proof? And finally, you ask, does an objective moral law exist? But you go about answering it in the wrong way. You state that we cannot answer this question by examining the worldviews which you propose. And I agree with you, but not for the reasons that you state. The reasons I don't think that our worldviews can prove objective morality is because our worldviews are not necessarily true. Now, as a reminder, I'd like to reiterate that atheism is not necessarily a worldview. You could, however, employ the worldview of rational skepticism, which you fail to recognize, as a tool to evaluate whether or not there is objective moral laws, because rational skepticism has no bias to objective moral laws either way. And I find that this approach is much more effective than looking into your heart or introspection, because it has a way of determining facts from fantasy.